Hello and welcome back to DeutschLAN 2016. This is day 2. We're still in the group stages. And this is the first game of Saturday morning. We're looking at Iro +8 versus Strong Opinions. We did have some delays. That's due to Hildrift not being able to connect to anything outside of LAN, which is makes his PC very secure, but obviously not good for being my co-caster. So he's running to the Spec House, which are one of the 3 houses that the team's here, and the players, and just people can just come and hang out and chill and basically not play. It's like halfway to dodging, basically. So, deal is round 3. Strong Opinions have won their first 2 games already. Iro +8 mixed results. And we're expecting this to be, I'd say, quite an easy win for Strong Opinions, but you never know. You could always have an upset. It could be, we know that Cloudy, for one, is very hungover, so we might not be able to aim. And, it might be that none of the teams are actually that prepared.
Might want to scene switch, John.
We're going to watch Iro looking to mainly push B. I think they've sent actually quite a lot of players up to A. You've really taken up their demo and their heavy onto A, rather than the generic send your scout, NG, and side classes off to A and send the rest to B. But Cloudy actually really goes down to Denkra, so definitely feeling the results of last night. And we see Vinegar go down as well, but that's just the spy. So Denkra will now be looking to probably peek a bit more aggressively without Cloudy, but he does actually get headshot by Toast, so he's going to have to fall back and heal up again. As the rest of our +8 look to be pushing from A, probably towards White Room. I can see Raptor's now holding it, trying to fight off against Zamp, Attic, and Jojo. But meanwhile, you got Derno and you got Murphy and Icewinder looking to kind of peek that kind of upper balcony. But Vinegar goes down again, so he's still not going to be able to get us up on that sentry. Iro +8 not doing the work that they intend so far. Strong Opinions have got their fantastic hold. You've got Seal sat back to protect the sentry. He actually worked for us in round 1. Cloudy's now sitting slightly further back. Maybe that's just because it gives him a bit more time. Iro has actually dropped right down from drop down from A onto B. Coming out, I'm assuming that's just a distraction. There's no way he can get a frag like that. And there was no distraction. He just seemed to get gunned down by Emilio. Mistiming perhaps? I don't know. But Iro +8 they've still got loads of time. Obviously, they got the first point in 26 seconds, so that's going well for them. But everyone else looks to just be trying to very slowly kind of grind their way into B, with ASIC Jojo on A. Although actually, there goes ASIC goes down. Jojo gets that. Actually, no, he doesn't get around from the Toast uses his dead ringer. So now there's actually no Iro +8 players on that A point or any flank players. They've actually all gone on to B. As the Uber from both teams comes out, Iro +8's Uber a lot worse. They had to use first. They actually dropped Murphy and Iro. So that's no demo, no heavy. There goes Sterno as well. In Strong Opinions with obviously a much better Uber. The sentry's actually sat though. That's something. But they didn't seem to get actually any players were dropped at all from Strong Opinions. And it's just another kind of minute, I guess, added to the time for Strong Opinions. See Vinegar looking to go back in again, trying to take a different route perhaps, but Emilio is actually blocking that top area. And Vinegar actually beefs Stab, completely tries to sidestab him, which does not work. Emilio cleans him up very easily. And actually, Jojo's actually gotten behind. Raptor's now in White Room. Actually, there's Zamp actually takes down Raptor with the panic attack. And it could be Jojo against is that Toast? Toast got a... No, that would have been Viljack. Viljack's changed his name to the same as Toast to confuse, obviously, us. So, Viljack actually blocking that point with a scattergun. ASIC jumping around onto E. But I think Viljack will be able to clean him up. And then I'm looking towards this B point where both Ubers have popped off. Iro +8 ending a little bit sooner. But actually, it looks like they've actually been able to bully Strong Opinions off the point, taking down Toast, Steel, even CJ goes down to Sterno. And actually, Steve has been taken down by ASIC as well. So that's a lot of players down for Strong Opinions. Only leaving Toast, Raptor, and Emilio up. Who actually, I believe Emilio might be in a spawn anyway. So actually, a really great push from Iro +8 being able to take that B point. Iro actually does go down to Viljack, picked from nowhere. And actually, Raptor goes down to Murphy as well. That's 2 players down Strong Opinions pushing onto this point. 2 points in just under 4 minutes. That's not a bad time so far. If they can keep rolling this on, they can get kind of 8-9 minute time, which is more than good. And it looks like Arjax actually already going back onto this point. You've got Sterno sitting on the point. I guess the standard being able to reflect people off. But you're going to try and DM Steve with a shotgun, which I don't think went too well for him. We're seeing Steve can get their health kit. Jojo throwing that Mad Milk. But actually, Sterno goes down to Seal of all people. And I think it's Raptor getting backstabbed by Vinegar. Denko getting a pick off to Seal as well. But Icewind actually gets picked off by Viljack. So they've got... I think they're going to have kind of 80-90% Uber advantage. Might even have a free Uber advantage. Seeing as Icewind has only respawned now. So yeah, 70% Uber advantage for CJ. So there's a lot of work required from Arjax to be able to actually retake kind of any sort of placement or advantage. Looking now at Denkra, actually completely open on E. Really jumping back onto it. I think they've actually given up on this attempt to capture C. Cloudy's going to be watching this E point as well, trying to peek right towards Denkra. He actually gets headshot. So Cloudy, I mean, bottom scoring, kind of, definitely. I think he may be a bit hungover. Actually, there goes Murphy and Zamp. That's actually Viljack getting another 2 fragged. Vinegar goes down as well. And you can still see the Arjax team pushing onto this E point. Icewind does get fragged by Emilio as the Scorpions team come behind from White Room, taking out ASIC and so many players. And that's exactly going to be what, I mean, Arjax didn't want. I mean, who wants the whole team to wipe ever? But I mean, they lost Denkra, they lost... Icewind goes down again to Steve. Icewind finding it really hard to actually build up any sort of Uber at all. Just constantly getting fragged by just everyone. But it seems to always be getting pulled out of place. Getting fragged by, like, Steve, which you think, surely you shouldn't be being played by a pirate, but... There you go. See Cloudy back on E again. Arjax, I think there's still some players, I mean, I can see Iroh himself sitting towards that White Room area. It looks like they finally decided to rotate round. I can see Sterno, Icewind and Murphy looking to push onto that C point. But Raptor and Viljack have seen them, so that will be cool. I assume I'm looking for players to rotate back round. You see Strong Opinions team rotating back round from D. They're going to rotate around the top corridor onto C point now. Especially as Arjax taking such a long time to actually get in. See Murphy now only just kind of pushing forward. And they're hopefully getting kept time onto C. You can see Toast getting a lot of these sappers, which will draw a lot of the equipment. But there comes in the rest of Strong Opinions. You can see there goes Denkra, there goes Sterno and Vinegar. That's another 3 picks. Icewind is still alive, but obviously Icewind had to respawn because they were picked as well. So another non-Uber gained. Hey.
Hi Maxi. Do you need some help?
Oh, and Hildreth has now decided to join off Gorson's PC. So definitely not joining off the Spec House as we originally intended. Hildreth can come and, you know, talk about what he's obviously not seen for the first couple of rounds.
How's his mic?
I think it's fine, Hildreth. So what you've missed really quick is A point was taken, B point they were bullied off, and we can see IRFSA attacking this C point right now. They've rotated all the heavy players over the top. Hilo does actually get headshot, and that's what we're looking at with Strong Opinions having a very strong E-hold.
Nice. I mean, all I've known is his name is Hildreth is very something. Probably I might have changed the pick. They've got 2 points in 3 minutes. One, they're going to try and defend this. They've Ubered from behind them. Steve's actually being caught off underneath. He's kept himself alive. Now from he's lost. He's finally been taken down, and now Ali's trying to contest as well. He's a bit alone here, Ali. Toast has finally come in behind with Steve, and here's the blank. Raptor and Steve did an incredible job staying alive in basement, using the health pack. That was an incredible defense. They took the combo down. They didn't defend the point. The combo down. Give them a great chance to set up on D.
Yeah, we're looking at Vinegar now once again under trying to get... Actually, Vinegar just hasn't really been able to get into this game. He's trying to get him picked and actually lightly misses Viljack, so he won't obviously... But he actually runs into Viljack and he dies again. Vinegar really struggling to make an impact on this. Viljack now actually, I believe, on a big streak of 6, so very large from him. Denkra does get a headshot onto Seal, so the sentry is possible to be destroyed, sorry. But looking at where Murphy is, I don't think Murphy's anywhere close. I believe Murphy is actually now just coming onto A, pushing into White Room Hildreth. So if they can somehow get onto that sentry before Seal respawns, which is actually him sitting in spawn, somewhat AFK. Maybe he's getting a drink, or maybe his mouse has died. But yeah, I think DeutschLAN looking strong opinions, holding this white room off. Ali getting a pick onto ASIC. Cloudy does get headshot by Denkra, and Jojo picks up his 7th streak kill onto Jojo. But I think Arjax might be struggling to push us in there. Actually, I'm trying to take ground, but Ali's just hamming in to that kind of choke area, and they seem to be holding it quite well.
We're exchanging white room. Ali's actually died in this. No Uber, they've milked. They don't have to use it. They can just hold the white. I sure no. There you go. They've got their combo. Both. They'll just get Ubered into where to go in.
Here we can see Arjax looking to push in. They don't actually have Uber, they're actually trying to drive push us. They do get this Uber out of strong opinions, but Icewind only... Yeah, Amelia does get fragged. ASIC and Zamp do go down, which are only, you know, 2 supporting classes. But they actually were able to take down CJ, and that actually takes down CJ. With his flamethrower, he does get fragged himself by Viljack. But they've just dry pushed that with 40% Uber, and seem to be able to force CJ and make them, and like kill him post-death. So actually, that's actually a really, really good play from them, to be able to force their opinions and kill him.
Trap strong opinions, they dropped Emilio. Steve just got denied by the park. This me is they haven't capitalised from okay, they're coming in, they're using their Uber advantage. It's a really early force, so I don't know.
Yeah, they've used it in a really odd position because they've all turned around, and Iceland's just going to get fragged. Why did Murphy and Ira both face the right way? And they've both turned around and just been fragged by Viljack. And Cloudy gets a pick onto Jojo.
Uber,
So
that
really was not good. You don't all face the same way, especially when you're in a corridor.
It's terrible Uber. Have an objective if they were back in one area. The rest of the team just wandering around or dead. Nello's just stuck on there. He's actually really committed. He's kept himself alive. They're stuck on good. I can't even see any of their flank. What's their flank doing? Their flank is demolished. Build and toast just holds it really easily.
I mean, even the flank for Ira plus 8 hasn't really been doing that much. Jojo just seems to be constantly getting out DM'd by Viljack, which is, you know, more than understandable. And Asterix getting picked up by Raptor. But they're two very, very strong players to fight against. You see exactly why they may be struggling. But meanwhile, White Room, so we jump back across as Viljack actually gets his another 6th streak onto Jojo. Team Murphy and Icewind now looking to finally with an Uber, but they really needed to push way earlier when they killed Jay afterwards. And they needed to make a better Uber, but now they actually drop Murphy, and this is going to be an absolutely awful Uber. They got way less strong opinions onto both Ali and onto Steve. They actually have multi, but actually Ali does actually go down. Himself does get up by Steve, and so does Sterno. So it's going to be Murphy against Steve on this A point. Actually, Sterno, I think, actually ends up getting the finishing off Steve, even though Sterno was, I believe Sterno was dead. But it's now, actually, if anything, going to have to lightly make strong opinions fall back, Hildreth, because you've only got CJ and Emilio now, compared to, you know, their normal strong, you know, setup. And meanwhile, their flank is kind of doing nothing. This whole, I mean, Viljack's, Toast and Raptor have just really been sat alone for most of the game.
Well, this is a different, like, a good team. They don't. Like, here's a pick on Ali because they know how to use it. They've done that already. Medic been flanked again. Like this strong up is flat. Behind and destroy the other combo, and then they go back. It's started to immediately that the moment. Just kind of getting into these scrap bits where they're not really pushing us. We can never cap D or E as a team, and when.
So now with just over a minute left, minute and 3 seconds from my screen. What do Iron 8 have to do to push this, Ildra? They've got no capture point on D. They've only got... Actually, Jojo gets a ping onto CJ. That could be huge if they play this really well. You've got no CJ. Well, Icewood now has an over 30% Uber advantage. If they play this really cleverly... No, the Seal runs in, almost gets Icewind. Ali gets back up by Vinegar, finally getting a huge pick. Seal's really weak. It's just Cloudy's going to be watching.
They've won a team fight. They should be off this, at least. So their combo's capping D right now, and they've got time really good push by himself. They've managed to clean up the combos. So now to get the cap, they should be down, force everyone to come. Go. Otherwise, Ali's just gonna have to. But yeah, as I said, they rotate quick enough. They've allowed to recover this. There's still pressure though at the moment.
And actually, they do manage to capture this D point, which gives them another couple of minutes from the default kind of time to capture it. But 4 points in almost 15 minutes is not that great of a time. And Strong Opinion now have to come back round. They've decided to come round through C, using this quick fix actually. And actually, Emilio's going to get back to that. So does Steve Vinegar getting a really good play. Here goes Seal as well. It's just going to be CJ. And actually, RFS are going to capture this point and finish off all points with a big time of 15.5 minutes. So definitely achievable by Strong Opinions to be able, as I say, to win this. But good on RFS actually getting both D and E. Jump to another PC, my friend.
Take it away.
Now we're going to see Iro plus 8 decide to set up on their defense and see what they do, which I'm assuming, you know, kind of, it's kind of self-explanatory really. It's going to cookie cutter at this point where the best place to put everything is. When obviously Strong Opinions sat in their spawn right now, but it's not really, I can't really provide too much insight on what Strong Opinions need to do. They've got 15.5 minutes to capture E point. I mean, Iro plus 8, a mixture of these players are more kind of, none of these players are Premiership level, whereas obviously all of the players in Strong Opinions are. So I think they could even dry push and just dry DM and they'd probably win. But I don't think that's in the Strong Opinions mindset. Gonna use Viljet to come out with this bonk, immediately to escape the sentry. I don't really know what the point of that is. We see Seal go down. I'm actually putting obviously Murphy on A. He's gonna pick the A point as well. I mean, he doesn't get you backstabbed by Vinegar. So they don't actually have anyone on A so far. But I still don't really know what Viljet was doing with that bonk because it didn't actually do anything. Sam's actually going to use that rescue range and pull his sentry gun back, which allows Strong Opinions to actually take that kind of lower ground hold. So that's going to be, you know, Strong Opinions could walk into that foothold, but obviously you're quite exposed. Viljet's going to come back out with that bonk. I guess the spot where that sentry gun is. You can see that Viljet is going to fade on him, but obviously he can now call that sentry gun's been moved back. Opinions to decide, you know, what they do for a play. TJ is actually on the A point, and Emilio's just going to frag Jojo because he almost jumped up and got that pick onto CJ, but not quite enough. I don't think CJ actually lost any health. If anything, only about 20-30 HP. But, you know, if you lose 50 HP and you then take a direct rocket, yeah, no drop a medic. But looks like Strong Opinions going to be cleaning up this A point very easily, with Seal, Raptor, and Viljack capping off the A point, giving them, you know, got another 14 minutes to capture the rest of these points, so it only took them a minute and a half to capture A. And it looks like now they're going to be walking onto this B point. So Ali and CJ, I think actually mainly going to lead this Uber. Milo is sitting up top as well. Provide support, stays around them as well, obviously spy checking as always. And they're trying to see how far they can get so far. Seal and Raptor do go down to ASIC, big picks from him. Conqueror, that's good, as well as ASIC himself. Sterno also gets buffed by Ali. They've actually still not used the Uber, they're so in free. And RFS8 really should have at least used the Uber to try and block this point. They just gave up completely for free. Because CJ has now gone to an Uber and can basically push on to see. You'll see the Uber come out for RFS8 now. They've got to try and block this, or at least try and get CJ to use. There you go, CJ does finally use now. Jojo and Vinegar both go down on that flank. And Icewind, I think, either suicided or gets picked off by Emilio. Opposed end of that kind of Uber push. Denker gets picked off as well. Ali does actually get picked off by a sticky trap by Murphy. So no Ali to push onto C or E. But he'll be up in only a matter of seconds. So it's not that whole thing of a push. Cloudy looking to peek onto this E point, see what he can find. Obviously not being able to see Denker at all. You can see where the sentry is. But actually there's going to be a soldier to jump on, take down Cloudy. ASIC getting that pick onto Cloudy. DJ also taking some kind of light chip damage, I believe, from whoever was on that point. And I think Ali and Steve realising that they probably can't push onto E. They don't really have anyone in White Room. You thought Raptor trying to push in now, but it's Raptor against Sterno, and he's basically Raptor be pushing up, and he gets reflect healed by Sterno. Great pick from him. And now it looks like that Sterno's going to try to take out Emilio, and Emilio falls in the pit. There's the first pick kill of DeutschLAN 2016. Emilio can get a medal for that. So rip Emilio, first one to the pit. Add on that hit counter, John/Arjax. Let's get that rolling. Dino ASIC going to walk around, trying to come behind the C point onto Raptor. But the rest of this Iro +8 combo are kind of sitting quite close on C. Jack almost being able to have to try and take on Iro in a 1v1, which he does lose. And now Murphy, Iro, and Icewind, and even Denker as well, are going to be able to hold on to the C point very easily. Whereas ASIC's still on to this B point, floating around. He'll be coming right behind Cloudy. Cloudy is going to die. No support. Let's see Jack going to come in behind now. Raptor also goes down from Jojo, who does also get cleaned up. So lots of frags coming up onto E. Just constant kills back and forth. But it's mainly just the flank, I would say, from probably just from Iro +8 really. They're still down for another 3 seconds. Let's see Toast trying to go behind, trying to get a kind of jump stab onto Iro, but that does not work in any way. He gets fragged very easily. Actually, there goes Icewind. He actually gets fragged by Jack. A great pick from him. Literally just basically ran in and just gonna double shot him. Iro does get a frag onto Emilio, but now it's going to be the rest of Strong Opinions to be very easy to take the C point, I believe. They've got 11 minutes. They haven't actually pushed as quickly as I would have thought, or even if I would have liked. And RFS have given them a lot of room. They've been doing quite a passive hold, especially on that B point. See Raptor getting picked up around there. And a lot of players were down RFS 8 there. That's probably allowed Strong Opinions to capture off this C point quite easily. Can't see RFS 8 deciding that this is a good time to block. As there you go. You got 2 points, just under 11 minutes. D&E. So that's, I say, pretty easily. Pretty easy for Strong Opinions. See Raptor down the whole flank, but he gets picked off by ASIC. So no flank players alive, especially not in any flank position. You see Toast, actually, I believe he's not... Has he gone down? Or is he just getting wrenched? No, he did actually go down. He gets wrenched by Zamp. And so it's going to be Strong Opinions now using those barriers. Try to take that sentry. Immediately down with ease, doesn't even have to use Uber. Opinions being really good at Uber management. Hardly using it, they have to do. CJ does use because he doesn't want to get picked off. He only had 120 health, which I think maybe was a bit preemptive. But Denker gets fragged as well. And finally getting Vidric in these Ubers, and it's making the Ubers so much stronger with Strong Opinions. Arrow +8, 4 players down. But Murphy does get picked onto Cloudy and Emilio. Icewind gets fragged by Seal, of all players, coming in from that white room. Iro gets picked up by both Viljack and Seal. He goes down as well. Does get onto both Viljack and onto Steve. It's basically now just Raptors left on that E point. He's the only one that seems to be in an area, but he also gets taken down by the pit, so that's 2 pit kills at DeutschLAN 2016 so far. Hoping to see many more. Actually, looks like we have a tactical... Oh, either we lagged or I thought we had a very short tactical pause. But either way, Emilio's going to get backstabbed. Cloudy's going to take down Zamp the engineer, so no one to protect that sentry besides perhaps Denkra. But it's only a level 1, it's very easy to do. Raptors will be able to spam this very easily. As he gets a rocket denied by Sterno. And see, there's going to be a sentry. But CJT is mixed up, so is Emilio. Vinegar getting 2 huge picks. Raptor will take down that Vinegar. But I think Alice gets the pick onto Sterno, and Toast is going to get a pick onto, I believe, Iro the Heavy. So now Murphy's fighting this D point against Toast, trying to take down against a very proficient gun spy, which he does lose. He does get picked up by ASIC though. ASIC's actually playing, I'd say, one of the best players from Iro. He's obviously not reflecting that on the scoreboard, but some of the plays he's making are really well. And Strong Opinions now basically giving up on that D point, I believe, trying to just focus this E point. And it looks like that Opinions sat with these... it's only just Viljack and Raptor, but No one watching it now. Steve running across the point as well. Steve will be able to just completely block this white room. Usually these quick fixes come in. ASIC does try and block it, but not going to be anything. Icewind, ASIC, and Pyro are all going to die. Murphy gets finished as well, and Strong Opinions are going to win this first round very easily. So now we're going to watch the teams swap sides. We're going to see, I guess, Strong Opinions try and set a time. I mean, I'm thinking that was around about. They had about 8 or 9 minutes left, so I believe that was kind of 8-9 minutes time. Maybe something less than that, maybe like 6 or 7. Either way, it was a very resounding, a very convincing strat. So I don't know if we have any logs for this first round. If so, I'm going to try and find them and give over a quick analysis of who stood out, which obviously I said the scoreboard doesn't reflect it, and I stand by that. ASIC got a lot of important picks on the flank, but on the scoreboard he's actually in the lower half, which isn't that nice, but it's okay. So I'm hoping we have logs. If not, I'm going to complain at Stinson. But I actually don't think we should have any logs. We had logs yesterday, I believe, didn't we? No, we have no logs. So I can't make assumptions about players based on numbers. But that's okay, because I've already said ASIC did a lot of work. Vinegar eventually came into this game, and we're obviously going to cover all of Iro's players first. So Icewind getting enough at run times. Not really much awareness from Icewind. There was a lot of times where I would expect them to at least, turn around once in a while. I mean, a lot of picks came in through this white room when both teams were just, or both combat players were just kind of facing the wrong way, and I think that's really not how you should be playing. Especially a team against Strong Opinion, you should be really, really aware at all times. Sterno doing actually quite a lot of work. We did see him getting 1 pick kill onto Amelia. That was very impressive. He, I would say, played very well as well. Vinegar, at the beginning, failed to kind of find his feet, but towards the end he was getting a lot of picks. I think he was getting a few chain stabs as well. It was very nice. ASIC, like I said, did a lot of work on that flank. Amp did more than fine as NG. I can't really cover engineers. They smack a sentry and that's about it. And then looking at Jojo, he was going to face quite a tough flank fight against Vilja. Denkra got Cloudy more than a number of times, obviously working against that hangover advantage. And then Iro, heavy, just heavy plays as you do. But obviously Strong Opinions, number of players that are just leagues ahead of Iro's teams, so we can't really expect them to. Well, I suppose it's fair to say you wouldn't expect them to beat them, but I think they put up a good fight. They got, they captured all 5 points, unless Strong Opinion said no, let them have it, which I don't really think's in their kind of mindset. Might be quite hard though with teams trying to try hard, and then they're all hungover. But so we're gonna see, I guess, how Iro+8 look to set up. For those who don't know, Hoof did actually suffer a connection problem on his own PC, and then he switched to Gorson's PC, whereas, if you were aware, his number was not very clear. It was very robotic, and he's basically just decided that it was for the better. I just handle this myself. But unfortunately, I do have a bit of a cold, which is why I do not sound as enthusiastic as I normally do. But there's Iro+8. I think looking only, I think a very passive hold onto that A point. I mean, they haven't even got. I think only ASIC got a first pick onto Cloudy, but they basically just give us A point completely for free, which most teams already do. But I don't even peek that kind of hazard balcony where Amelia would normally push from. So Iro+8 really passed on some of these holds. We saw it on B last round, where they basically just gave up the point for free, allowed Strong Opinions to just walk in. But Alex is going to use his Uber with CJ, taking that sentry. Iro is going to get flashed, but he's actually running away. So maybe some miscommunication. I don't know why he was trying to run away, especially when your mate's got Uber. And he does go down. Really taken by Murphy. Murphy gets fragged himself by Ali with some big pipes. And Steve also gets picked off by Murphy, so Murphy doing a lot of work. Did Jojo get fragged as well by Toast? There goes the sentry again for Zamp. And so it looks like the B point would be very easily picked off by... Well, not even picked off, but just finished off and captured by both Cloudy, CJ, and Ali. I see Milo coming in now. That's obviously, I think, just walking forward. You can see Zamp and Murphy going down. I don't know if Murphy fell into the pit. That's where he got finished off. I'm hoping Arjax would say yes or no he fell into the pit. But either way, I won't count it. I won't assume I know because that would be bad. But Strong Opinion's actually already on to C. No kind of resistance from anyone on RFS8 to capture that C point. So once again, just basically giving up a point. And looking onto this D point now, see DeutschLAN completely run by. He actually run straight through this corridor and run onto this white room. So he's going to be able to join back up with Raptor, going to find this white room. I believe actually Hildreth has joined us from, I'm assuming this is Foppish's PC, Hildreth. Ah, Arjax told me it wasn't a pit kill. But as you see Uber come off from Strong Opinions, Ali trying to get a pan kill on, no not a pan kill, a sign kill, sorry, on Vinegar, who's very weak on this point. But Steve actually almost finding him for spy checking. And not going to find him, Denkrid is going to get fragged as well. So that's this D point finished off. Now already on E, no one from RFS8 looking to block E, so they tried to block D, which is not the choice I would have gone for. G does get fragged by Sterno. And all these RFS8 players are just trying to flood back into this E point, doing exactly what they can. And actually, there's actually not many strong players. It's only the flank players from Strong Opinions. They could actually block with Murphy. Redwood's going to bomb in, run out of rockets. DC will go down. Toast is also going to get fragged. And actually, RFS8 have actually blocked this E point, which is like a lifesaver for them because Strong Opinions are going to get a very, very quick time. And they could still get a very quick time. There's nothing stopping them from doing it, except for these brilliant clutch plays from RFS8. And looks like all the heavy players are going to try and capture this point now. See CJ sitting on it with Emilio and Ali. But CJ gets fragged by Murphy, comes in from White Room, puts down a few sticks by his feet. He goes down. Frampton does also getting picked up by Sterno. That's Sterno doing a lot of work. And you can see Viljack running that bonk again. Obviously, can't bonk on the point because that would be broken. Iceman does get fragged by Cloudy, so that's going to be no Uber for the defending team. See Murphy trying to put sticks. He was trying to fire sticks up into a kind of balcony, but it almost looked like he was just putting sticks up on the door. Rabbit's going to get backstabbed by Vinegar, but Steve will clean him up. And then Jojo's going to get headshot by Cloudy. Remember, he was standing in the balcony, so kind of straightforward kill. With Viljack back on this point, Murphy's actually going to get punched to death by Seal using that gunslinger fist. And Icewind goes down again to Steve, and this is basically going to be game, set, and match as Strong Opinions are going to capture this off with ×5 on the point. Steve suddenly doesn't want cap points. And they're going to get all 5 points in 4 minutes and 8 seconds, which is more than 10 minutes faster than RFS8 originally were able to capture all 5 points. So definitely going the way of Strong Opinions. I would say this is not written, not closed. You know, you gotta always root for the underdog. You gotta root for the little guy. But first I did it 15 minutes. They've got to shave 11 seconds off their time. I wouldn't really say it's possible. Denkrid's actually still on 0 points, so Denkrid not taking any frags at all so far. He was completely being shut down by both Cloudy and by Toast. So I guess he would be looking to definitely improve onto his playstyle, and maybe, I don't know if he's capable, maybe he wants to run something gimmicky like the Huntsman. That would be quite funny to watch. We saw people run that in the Super Dickmans vs Lamb Panda game, both snipers joining Huntsman, which, I mean, there's that. And I think he'll just trying to return again. He's mumbling stuff.
Can you hear me, Maxi?
I think you're with us, Hildreth.
I'm finally with you.
Oh, well, you were.
With you. Yeah. I can hear my air.
Yeah, there's like bits of lag, but I don't know if it's going to be any better until we see. But it looks like RFS8 are going to be pushing on the 8 point very easily. And I was telling RFS8 off for passive holding, but Strong Opinions not even putting any players on. That's extremely passive. You can't put any players on a point. But actually, I think RFS8's strat is rush all your players onto E and hope for the best, because they've already got 3.5 minutes, already 30 seconds gone. I mean, not even Seal's got a sentry on B, so neither team. Actually, no, RFS8 have actually gone down and dropped down to rotate round. And Murphy gets dropped by Icewind. Oh no, and this is going to have to be Iroh and Iceman's just going to try and get anything, and the Sentry Uber's going to come off, and it's just not worked out at all, because they dropped everyone, and Ali's just going to get like 4 direct pipes taking down Icewind. And under 3 minutes now, we see Jojo go down as well. There's only 4 players alive, 3 players alive. Now Murphy's going to get backstabbed by Toast. Jojo goes down as well. And I think it's clear to say that Ira +8 really were just to try and raw DM their way onto E. Obviously hasn't worked out as expected, but Strong Opinions obviously are the Premiership champions, and Ira +8 are not Premiership champions. But it looks like they are just kind of trying to get into White Room now. You know, you've got 2 minutes. Toast is actually going to dead ring it out, so not any frags so far. We see Stano Vinegar, Zample going down. Viljack does go down, so does Steve. He gets picked up by Iro. Rebel's going to get that frag onto Asek, obviously, since being a best soldier. We see Jojo get headshot by Cloudy. Great shot from him. And now you've got 2 minutes left for the Strong Opinions to hold on to this and I guess take their 3rd clean victory. Raptor does actually end up getting that whip onto Denkra, so Denkra still on 0 points. Definitely not his game in this 2nd round. And just watching how RFS8 look to, I guess, do anything in the last 2 minutes. We literally lose Hildrip again. Once again, so too laggy. Don't know why these PCs Hildrip is choosing are overly having connection problems, but there's that. Just means more of my very enthusiastic sounding voice. I mean, I can even look at all my other teammates who are actually watching me, but I don't think any of them want to jump in and start giving some input, which is fine, because there's not that much left of this game left. There's only 1 minute and 20, and I think, is that a tactical pause? No, it was just lag. So, let's see, Viljack do go down, Toast also goes down, but Sterno, Jojo, Zamp, Denkra all die. Iceman gets headshot, Ira falls into the pit. That's our 3rd pit kill, or 4th. I think someone got another pit kill in the round that I missed. But Murphy tried to jump around, he gets fragged by Seal Sentry, which finally goes down. Asik finally getting that. We've got to fight Emilio now, which he could actually do. He misses a few rockets, and Jojo takes him down, but then Jojo's got to run into 3 very strong players. Totally taunting, which is just disrespectful at this point. I mean, you're a better player, you should be keeping him up. Zamp go down as well. Strong Opinions have to push him way out onto this A point, and RFS8 have only got 30 seconds to capture this E point. I don't actually think it's possible to capture the E point in 30 seconds. It might be, but it's a very long cap time. The Toast and Cloudy actually shooting each other on coming from B, rotating around to White Room. 2 seconds to go. CJ doesn't get body shot by Denkra. Denkra's first few picks, one of them is on CJ. And actually Zam using that panic, letting them Ali and Seal, and even there goes Toast. And this, I say, if they had like 5 minutes, this could be like the push that they need, but it's not going to be enough. See, Toast actually really close to the other pick onto Icewind and onto Iro, and their Onion Wind very, very easily, very convincing, being able to only give Iro +8 the A point. And that's going to be the game for Strong Opinions. And there's not really much I can really say about both teams. It's very self-explanatory. Strong Opinions, basically the best team in European Highlander. Iro +8 are not the best team in European Highlander. And even though Strong Opinions had to use 1 Merc in the form of Viljack instead of Thalash or Ast, you know, Viljack's more than capable. Obviously not to the same levels as Thalash or Ast, but he's done fine. Like, he's done amazing because, you know, comparing to these people, but, you know, he hasn't been a hindrance. So, I don't actually know what the next team's actually be round 4. Myself will be playing with my team Land Panda. I guess it will be whoever is awake at that time. Obviously, John or Arjax will probably tell me who's casting. I believe it's at 12:30, so next game's in half an hour. Right, so we'll be actually Strong Opinions against Super Dickmans in half an hour with Honey and Bulo, 2 people I've also casted with. So, obviously both players deciding to dodge this LAN, Honey and Bulo deciding not worth that time, but I guess you will look out for that game in 30 minutes.